According to the National Association of Realtors, 50% of buyers want their agents to find them a home. This means that agents today need to start doing things a little bit differently in order to survive. Hey, it's Paul Berdner at Remax Patriots. And as our industry undergoes these major changes, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do in order to be a little bit more aggressive in your home search process for your clients. Help with finding a home is the number one thing that buyers want from their agent. Unfortunately, most buyer agents have what I call a three-point plan where they meet or talk to somebody just once. They put them on an automated MLS search, then they wait for the client to call them to tell the agent what they want to see. That's not a very aggressive plan. So, what can you do differently? I'm going to share with you some strategies that good agents have been doing for years. But before we dive into strategies, let me point out something about communication. You must be able to clearly communicate your competitive edge to your clients because if you're not, you're missing out on a huge opportunity, just like we're trained to do on a listing presentation. Here's a few strategies that you can use to differentiate yourself from the competition. Don't narrow down your buyer search too far. Communicate to the buyer that you'd rather be sending them too much information than not enough. Have you ever sold a home to a buyer who told you that they wanted an all brick rancher on 2 acres and ended up buying a 2-story on a postage stamp lot? Expand their search radius. Let your buyer know that you're going to be expanding the search radius a little bit to ensure that they don't miss out on a great opportunity that might just be a little further out. Hey, Nick and Michelle, I know you told me that you want to be in this town. I'm going to send you some adjacent towns that are close to that. Not that I'm thinking that these homes are going to be for you, but rather I want you to see all of the options that are out there. I know some of these may not be for you, but I want to get them in front of you so that you know all that this market has to offer. That goes a long way because you're acknowledging what the buyer wants, you're hearing them, you're listening to them, and then you're also providing other options in a non-pressure way. Most people complain that salespeople don't listen, and you want to make it clear that you are listening. Focus on the location and the floor plan rather than condition. When people get really adamant about their ideal home's condition, bring some other options to the table. According to a recent survey from Remax, 73% of home buyers are now willing to consider a home that needs work. We've all heard, I don't want to do anything when I move in. Many times we hear that from buyers. And many then buy a home that needs a new kitchen, a new bathroom, a new roof. Focus on the location and the floor plan because then there are conditions and the price that can be compensated for. If you bring these other options to the table, here's what you can say to acknowledge your buyers wants while still opening the door for more options for them. I'm not sure that these are going to be for you, but would you be open-minded to looking at a home that's in the location you want, that has the floor plan you want, and may need a little bit of work, and you have the ability to get that at a different price? Is that something that you'd be open to? That language is so important. You're bringing other options to the table. About three-quarters of today's buyers are willing to consider buying a fixer-upper home. So if you're not doing that, you're missing out on three-quarters of the market. I hope I was able to bring you some value with working with today's buyers. Keep an eye out for more video tips, and we'll see you soon.